Hey everyone, Random Randy here. It is October 9th, 2017. So this is going to be the start of Vlogtober. Sorry if you're kind of wiggly and crooked. I'm holding onto the tripod for this thing and this camera is freaking heavy. So anyway, I wanted to show you how the top that I was working on last night turned out. It actually did turn out quite well, and I don't know if I've just gotten more confident as a crocheter or what, but it was a lot easier than I remember it being last time around. So here's how the top turned out, and Killian's about to Kool-Aid Man through the door. But it actually turned out quite well. I did have a lot of ends to weave in this top part, but now after just paying attention, next time I do it, I won't have quite as many. And the back is just corset lacing that's half red, half black. And the lady has paid for it, so it's gonna get packaged up and we're gonna go to the post office. Also stop by the commissary so that I can get coffee filters, because I was up until 2:30 in the morning last night and I had everything but the tie corset drawstring on the back done last night, because I realized that somehow I had not watched the last 5 episodes of the second season of Lucifer. I think they did one of those weird mid-season break things and then we didn't have Hulu anymore, so I just didn't get to see it. Hi Hunter, where are you? Where'd you go? What you doing? What are you doing? What you got? Or are you hiding? Are you being shy? Okay, I won't point the camera at you then. But I realized that I hadn't watched the last 5 episodes, so not even thinking that they're 45 minutes apiece, I just watched everything that I had missed, including the first episode of the new season that just started recently. So yeah, it was a late night and the boys got up at their usual time. They got up at about 6:30, quarter to 7, but after I gave them a snack and changed Killian, they let me crawl back into bed for about 45 minutes, so that was nice. So got that done, gonna get it packaged up and to the post office, and we're gonna head to the store. It's sunny today, so I'm definitely gonna make sure the kids get outside, and I will catch up with you guys later in the day. Bye for now. Alright, so trip to the post office done, even though I forgot that the post office is closed today, but no big deal because it's been dropped off and the buyer has been notified, so everything is awesome there. Got the few things we needed at the grocery store, gave the kids lunch, now they're out hanging out in the backyard. Got some other super good news, found out that my husband's going to be coming home a lot earlier than we expected. And he's going to be doing some different training, so he'll still be kind of in and out of the house a lot, but he won't be gone for a month straight, which is nice. A few days at a time, not such a big deal. 25 days in a row after 8 days with him home and him gone for an entire 4 weeks prior, little bit much. So anyway, I wanted to show you guys the yarn that I have dyed. Now the yarn that I have in front of me, I have all of the stuff that I dyed just now in the past few days, and I also have the other yarn that I've dyed previously. Don't have a lot of different stuff, but just a couple of things because I wanted to experiment, but I didn't want to ruin any of the yarn in the process of experimenting. So some of these things are a little bit kind of out there and weird, but I like them and hopefully somebody else will like them too. I am actually going to grab my sock so that I can show you what the first yarn I dyed looks like when it is knitted up. Since I have one of these now, I can show you what it looks like without having to put it on my feet. Apparently I need a large sock blocker because my feet are ungodly huge. But anyway, so this is what the first yarn I ever dyed looks like knitted up, and I have this big chunk of it left over. It has, I'm not sure how much you're going to be able to get it with the light from the window, but there's red, orange, black, gray, somehow there's a teeny bit of purple and occasional little white speckles. These are Rose City roller socks. And I'm actually pretty much just modified the leg portion of the pattern for the other pair of socks that I'm working on that I might finish by Christmas at my current rate of finishing socks. So that was actually the first yarn that I ever dyed. And it kind of stripes. It stripes a little bit. It's not complete thick stripes, but 1 or 2 rows. It's pretty cool. The next ones that I did, which if you've been watching the vlog for a while, you've probably seen some of these before, but this is a superwash merino nylon blend. And this has turquoise, there's some neon chartreuse green in there, there's some gray. This was kind of sort of attempting speckling and just dropping a few stripes, thicker spots of color here and there. This is 440 yards. This is a very generous hank of yarn. So there's that one that's kind of speckly and light everywhere. There's another one which is superwash merino bamboo nylon blend. It's also 440 yards. And this has a lot more solid chunks of the color in it. The gray and the blue, the super, super bright green. So these two go together very well. So there's that experiment. Which I'm not sure if I want to keep those. I like them, but I couldn't ever see me wearing something made from them, so I'm probably going to sell those ones. The next one, which I did at the same time as the other blues and greens, this is just to show how different things turn up on different bases. This is on the Hawthorne Fingering Bear base from Knit Picks, using all of the same colors with yellow added in. As you can see, there's some yellow here, but the yellow and the turquoise make this really cool, vibrant, emerald almost green, which I thought was super, super awesome. And the Hawthorne Fingering base is 80% superwash fine Highland wool, 20% polyamide, 357 yards, and it is a weight 1 yarn. So I actually bought a bulk pack of the Hawthorne, and that is, all the other ones I'm going to show you are Hawthorne bases. This first one was Knit Picks Chroma, but all these other ones are Hawthorne. And I kept the sleeves so I can write down my mental colorways for them. Like this one, I don't really have a name for. This was just experiment. So first I'll show you this one. It's kind of a black, gray, mottled, not really striped. I don't think there's anything that's completely white in it anymore, because when I brought it out and saw that there were a few white spots, I dunked it back in and heated the vat back up for a few minutes. This I actually did with immersion dyeing, which was my first time doing that. And I had it twisted up in the pot. I wanted it to be gradient tones. I didn't want it all to be one uniform color. So it kind of turned out, it reminds me of graphite. It's just got a lot of different gray and black tones to it. And there are actually 2 of those. This is the other one. So as you can see, side by side, these go quite well together. So there's those. These do not have a name. This one was leftover dye that I just put together. I had some brown and red left after the others, so I plunked it all together half and half and mushed some of it together so there are parts where it blends. Maybe it'll focus on the yarn instead of trying to look at my face. There we go. But yeah, there's red, there's shades of brown, there's some mahogany, more reds, almost a maroonish color there. Now the other two, well, three that I have, there will be more of at least the second one eventually. I am a big fan of the no longer airing Adult Swim show Metalocalypse. And my husband and I one day were jokingly saying, wouldn't it be funny to come up with really ridiculous colorways and name them after Dethklok songs? Dethklok is a fictional, they're the greatest heavy metal band in the world. The show is ridiculous, but I really, really enjoyed it. So I'm planning on using up the rest of the bear yarn that I have, making up colorways based on song names from this fictional band. And yes, they actually play these songs on the show. So this first one, I'm going to show it to you before I tell you the name so that you're not biased against the colors before you even see it. So this first one is brown and pink. Bunch of different tones of brown. Brown, pink, and white with red speckles throughout. And a few red stripes here and there, but mostly speckles. That's one of them, and this is the other one. This one, the speckles aren't as pronounced in most of it. I think you can probably see it better here on the end a little bit. Yeah, down in here. So, these ones, the name of this particular colorway is Briefcase Full of Guts. Looking at it now, think about it. I'm sure you can put two and two together and make it work. So that is that one, which I really enjoy. It actually turned out cool because I sent my husband a picture of it. It was months ago that we were jokingly talking about that when I got interested in dyeing yarn. So I sent him the picture of these and I said, guess what this pink one is called? He was like, it's pink, are you okay? It's like, it's called Briefcase Full of Guts. He goes, that sounds a lot more like you. Now I'm not so worried anymore. I'm like, oh good. So this one, show you all the awesome colors in it beforehand. There's a dark spruce green, there's red, there's a lot of the turquoise blue, there's some purple chunks throughout it. This colorway, which I'm planning on making more of, this had a lot of colors in it, so I wanted to only try one to start with instead of overcomplicating it. I kind of wanted to have the chunks of color be similar if I was going to do more, so I wanted to test this and make sure it didn't blend funky and I'd end up with weird brown bits, because you never know when you're mixing colors what's going to happen. So anyway, this colorway is called Mermaider. And if you're interested in knowing exactly what that is, it is a word combination of mermaid and the word murder. And it makes sense. So I really like those. I was talking with my mom about it on the phone the other day. And she was like, well, I mean, there are a lot more younger people that are getting into knitting and crochet. I'm sure you can find a niche market for people who like weirdly violent color names for their yarn. And I'm like, yeah, but think of how cool it would be for like an 80-year-old lady to be knitting a pair of socks out of this and have somebody ask her, oh, what's that color of yarn called? And have her be like, Briefcase Full of Guts. I think it would be fantastic and awesome, but I'm kind of a weirdo like that. Anyway, so that's all of the yarn that I have dyed right now. So I did 6 skeins the other day. I'm hoping to do a few more, but right now I'm up to my eyeballs in housework. I've got to go do dishes, gotta fold the laundry, gotta put away the laundry, which is even worse than folding laundry. And then we'll go from there. Maybe I'll get a few more skeins done tonight. Maybe. We'll see. I'm not sure if I'm going to be up for dyeing yarn tonight. We shall see. So I'm just gonna call it here for the end of the Vlogtober video, and I will catch all of you guys tomorrow with a yarn talk, because I will be buried out from under the mountain of housework that I'm currently suffocating under at this moment in time. So I hope you all have an awesome day, and I will catch you tomorrow. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Bye.